This tells me that you were not paying attention to all of the things that MAGA representatives were saying and doing. You weren't paying attention to all of the bills that they were creating and all of the bills that they said they were in the process of creating. MAGA representatives and MAGA news outlets like Fox Media were constantly lying about immigrants and claiming that they were rapists and unalivers, specifically to instill fear and disgust and hate in their followers towards immigrants. They wanted their followers not to trust immigrants so that they would be more willing to take away immigrants' rights and deport them. MAGA representatives and MAGA news media like Fox were also lying about women. They were lying and claiming that women were using Smith's Mortians as birth control. They were lying and claiming that women were getting Smith's Mortians after the baby's birth because they wanted their followers to fear and disgust and hate women who were getting Smith's Mortians so that their followers would be willing to vote in ways that would take away people's right to get a Smith's Mortian and also any other kind of reproductive health care. MAGA-minded individuals tried to lie and claim that indigenous tribes were being, by not letting them literally an indigenous baby, because a white couple wanted to adopt an indigenous child and take that indigenous child away from their tribe and their family members. MAGA representatives and MAGA news media like Fox were lying about the LGBTQ and trying to claim that the LGBTQ were hurting children when statistically speaking, children are hurt in churches. MAGA representatives and MAGA news media were lying about the LGBTQ community because they wanted to instill fear and hate and disgust in their followers so that their followers would not trust the LGBTQ community so that their followers would be willing to vote in ways that would take away the rights of the LGBTQ community. All of the lies that MAGA said about people so that their followers would mistrust and dislike all of those other humans, specifically so that they would vote in ways to take those humans' rights away, that is literally fear-mongering. All of those fear-mongering, divide and conquer tactics were created by kings back in the day, and the Vatican helped them use them while they were conquering indigenous and tribal lands. So all of those tactics are nothing new. The rich have been using those tactics on societies for a very long time, and the Vatican themselves specifically created the LGBTQ fear-mongering tactic. The Vatican literally admitted that they lied and deliberately mistranslated the scripture back in 1946 because the churches got caught hurting kids. And since then, every single time a church gets caught hurting children, they try to hide or cover the fact that they got caught and then try to push blame and shame onto the LGBTQ community by lying and claiming that the LGBTQ community are hurting kids and grooming kids. Like right now, specifically, the reason that all of the churches are lying and saying awful, vile things about the LGBTQ community right now is because the Southern Baptist Convention and the Church of Latter-day Saints are in trouble right now for hurting kids and covering it up. Attacking immigrants, attacking people of color, attacking women, attacking the LGBTQ, they're all fear-mongering, divide and control, culture war tactics that the rich use to try to keep the citizens divided because they know that if the citizens are busy fighting amongst each other over these culture wars, over these lies, then they will be too busy to unite against the rich. When leftists and leftist news media are talking about these things, they are not trying to fearmonger. They are not lying. They are watching and listening to everything that MAGA representatives are doing, and then they are relaying that information to everyone else to keep them updated. They are telling the truth of what MAGA representatives are doing and saying. It is not fearmongering. It is not even talking shit about them. The leftists are literally just trying to explain what MAGA has said and done. Not just to keep other humans updated, but like I said, to document what is going on in this time, place, and space throughout human history. Because like I said, kings have used this, but also so did Mustache Man. These are the same tactics that he used. The leftists are documenting this for human history because they're going, wait a minute, we already know that these are the tactics that kings used in the past and also Mustache Man and Yahtsees used to rise to power and get the people divided. Like, we already know how this works out. It doesn't end well for humans. It causes massive, massive suffering. Not just for the people that they are attacking, the immigrants, women, people of color, and LGBTQ, but also the white assists because they lose their ability to love and connect with people and nature. It causes the whole of humanity to suffer. And the thing is that if the MAGA representatives don't like that the leftists are documenting MAGA representatives' behaviors and actions and words, well then maybe, like I said in the comments, maybe MAGA should reconsider their words and their actions. If MAGA representatives don't like the fact that leftists are pointing out how MAGA representatives' behaviors and actions are reminiscent of, then maybe the MAGA representatives need to change their thoughts and actions, huh? Like, they can't blame everybody else. They are the ones lying about groups of humans so that people will fear them and hate them and want to take their rights away. To me, MAGA representatives are the worst example of a human being. They are everything that is negative about a human. They bear false witness against others. They try to spread fear and hate against others. They put money above human life, and then on top of that, they do all of those bad, horrible things while claiming that they are doing it for God. So now, on top of all of it, they're lying about God. But I saw your comment, I don't know where it went, but I saw your comment that said that you support Trump's laws. And I can already tell by the words that you use and the way that you communicate that you support Trump. And the thing is Trump himself has never created any of his laws or his policies. His team did. The humans around him are the ones whispering in his ear to tell him what to say and think and feel. Trump himself literally says that he has a concept of a plan. So he doesn't actually have a plan. He has a thought of a plan. He's thinking about a plan. But a lot of humans say, oh, they support Trump because they want the cost of eggs to go down. How do y'all expect the cost of eggs to go down if we're going to be spending outrageous amounts of tax dollars on deporting immigrants? Like, it's probably going to take millions, if not billions of dollars to round up all of the immigrants that Trump wants to and deport all of the immigrants that Trump wants to. How in the world do y'all expect the cost of eggs to go down from that? Like, how do you even relate the two? How does taking away a woman's right to a Smith's abortion lower the cost of eggs? How does forcing women to have babies that they don't want or can't afford cause the economy to be better? The system can't even sustain the humans who are alive now. So how does creating more humans for the system, creating more of a burden on the system, make the economy better? Also, MAGA claims to care so much about the children, but what's going to happen to all of the children that are born because their parents were forced to give birth to them and they didn't want them? What's going to happen to all of those kids? Like, foster care systems are overloaded right now. Foster care kids are going missing and being unalived in their foster homes. How does taking rights and freedom away make the economy better? Like, how do y'all assume that taking people's rights and freedoms away will somehow make society better, happier, and healthier? Also, why do y'all support Trump in such a way where y'all act as if he can do no wrong? Y'all will not even find one single flaw with him. Y'all act like he is just perfect, which we know that he's not. Like, he's proven many times throughout his life that he is a con artist and a scammer and all of these things. How many of his companies went bankrupt? He's had Trump Steak, Trump Water, Trump University, like all of those things went bankrupt. So he's not really even a good businessman. If anything, he's been stealing from Paul to pay Peter because he has construction workers build his stuff and then he claims they didn't do a good enough job, so he refuses to pay them and makes those small companies go bankrupt. Like, he scammed his way into the Forbes magazine so that he could trick other humans into giving him more money. Trump is a human who was born wealthy and never had to experience the pain and suffering or struggle that the average everyday citizen has had to experience. Trump is just a mere human who couldn't even save himself or his businesses and couldn't save the country the last time that he was president. So I don't know why people think that he'll be able to do it this time.